Morning, everyone. Good morning. How is everyone doing? So let's get everyone in here. Give it a minute for everyone to hop in. Tesla just dropped a bit here, down 2.9%. You can see here's pre-market. Let's watch the data here. What's up, Tracy? How you doing? How was your weekend? So Tesla just announced its deliveries. It delivered 435,000 vehicles in Q3, missing expectations of 457,000. So that is why Tesla is dropping. I will post this photo here in the chat. All right, so here's deliveries. So that is the situation. What's up, Jeffrey? Muhammad, how you doing? How was everyone's weekend? What was everyone's weekend? So let's take a look. Market's kind of flustered here a little bit, right? Everything's kind of, zigzagged. No, New York's not flooded. Well, at least Manhattan's not. Brooklyn was pretty bad, but Manhattan wasn't bad at all. Yeah, Manhattan wasn't bad at all, actually. At least some areas. Some areas. So here's SPY down 0.3%. 425.99. I have this level drawn out, right? This previous low from there. Also, if we zoom out, let's take a look at some bigger levels. Right, this previous level was also a support, and then the level below I have here is 422.58. Right, this previous support that we saw last week, we kind of bounced off of it here, and it was a previous resistance. So that's the level I would look at on SPY here. Give me 1 second. What's everyone looking at today? I just have to... Got a phone call, so I'm just trying to reply to this person. get after it. So that's the level on SPY. I think we can have a pretty good short opportunity right here at open if we start to break down for a move to 422.58. That'd be a nice solid move. You know, if we zoom in a little bit, people could consider, you know, this little resistance here potentially. So, you know, something like that you could do, right? Higher lows, lower highs. You know, I don't really like looking at that low with time frame, especially on a Monday. So I think we can go short here at open with a move right below this 425.99 level. Qs also, right? We kind of had this double bottom here. Move this a little bit lower. Right, we had this double bottom at 357, right? Support, resistance, resistance, support, support. You know, we're sitting right below. So if this starts to break, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a move down to these lows here. We also have this previous support at right around 354. Let's get this on the dot here. Yeah, 354.71. So those are the two levels below that I would keep an eye on. Okay. So keep an eye on those levels there. Meta up 0.11%. Setup is right? We had this resistance. We broke out last week. Now we pulled back. We're sitting right back in that range. So not really going to keep an eye on this today. Tesla down 4.2% based off those delivery numbers. Looking pretty weak. Right? Last week looked pretty bullish. We had a great 300% run on those options. Right? We took an entry here. We gapped up. And we pushed up. Great trade last week, but now doesn't really look that good anymore. Nvidia up 0.6%. Again, Nvidia's up 0.6%. Coin is up 4.75 based off Bitcoin. Another thing to note is it's a holiday in China, I'm pretty sure. If anyone could confirm that, if anyone, you know, knows for certain what holiday it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a holiday all week, so there's going to be no volume on China tickers. So if there is odd movement on China tickers, don't be surprised. I'm pretty sure that there's a holiday, if someone can confirm. I'm sure one of you guys know what holiday it is or something. Nvidia sitting right below this 439.9 resistance, right? Resistance, support, resistance, resistance, right? Rejected again last week. If it can break through that, it looks pretty decent. But again, everything's kind of red here. So, you know, along with Q's looking pretty weak and SPY looking pretty weak, I don't think we see upside as of now. As of now. Let's keep it going. Google. Let's delete this chart, redo it. So it doesn't really look like anything special, right? We had this resistance that we broke out, right? Rejected, 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 pulled back, and then finally broke out. Once it did, filled that gap perfectly. And then once it filled the gap, we just moved right back down. Classic price action. Amazon, right? We kind of have this previous support at that zone, right? Previous support here, you know, pretty decent. You know, this resistance we could look at, but it's all right. Nothing really too special there. Let's see if there's any solid setups anywhere. So Apple broke down, and now it's just kind of consolidating. Really nothing there either. If anything, I like it puts below this previous double bottom here. We also have this previous double bottom here. So if 170.3 breaks, I kind of do like that for puts. I'll set an alert right there. Yeah, we have Powell at 11. I can post the picture here. Give me a second. Post it in the watch list section. So just posted it in the watch list section. I'll bring it up here too. Here's the data for today. Should be able to see that clearly. So we got ISM and Powell at 11. Definitely keep an eye on that. Also, I mean, I wrote a whole thing on the email I send out. So if if you're subscribed to that, make sure you take a look. Make sure you take a look. I wrote a whole thing there. And then Rivian down 2.3% off those numbers as well. No setup there really. Coin is up 4.9%. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So we have this setup here. All right, resistance, resistance, resistance. We kind of created this perfect flag underneath the resistance, which is something I love to see. Right, kind of created this little flag here, which is perfect. Right, created this triple bottom too. Right, perfect chart, honestly. It had this support here too. Let's go to a higher time frame here. This probably lines up pretty well, actually. Yeah, look at that. This chart looks good, actually. Right, resistance, 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 resistance. It's finally breaking out now. So let's keep coin on the watch list today. Let's see if we can pull back to 77.5. This actually looks fantastic. All right, we have a big resistance up above here, around 85. This zone here, but we could potentially take a swing trade on this. Right, stop loss around here, price target all the way up there. Right, pretty solid risk to reward. Right, I want to enter around there. Stop loss is going to be around here. Price targets here, so around 3-1. Pretty solid. So let's keep an eye on coin. It's up 5% here. Let's see if we can get a pullback to 77.5. And that would be solid. I'll post that chart in the Discord. So watching for a move to 85 this week. Yeah, it looks very good. What do you guys think of this? VRVP. Volume range, volume profile. This is what it's called. So a bunch of news is coming out here on Tesla. So we got Powell at 11, right? Just keep an eye on that. Probably won't be trading by that. Let's see what else we got. I was looking at Netflix this morning. Right, this resistance is pretty clean. Right, rejected, rejected, rejected. Right, rejected there again. We have that big resistance here though at 379. So I'll set an alert there. And until it can get there again, I'll take a look at it again. And that's really it. So coin, one of my top watches this week. Looks great, actually. All right, and coin, when it starts to rip, this thing can go. So right here, cryptocurrencies gain as SEC inches forward on spot crypto ETFs. Not too shabby, huh? Anyone have any questions about any specific tickers, about any specific plays last week? You know, whatever it is. Yeah, I showed SPY. Right, so at open, gonna keep an eye at 425.99. That's what I look for there. That is what I would look for there. This chart looks very, very solid, though. I do like this. So I'm going to keep an eye on SPY and coin right at open. Those are going to be my top watches at open. Other than that, there's really not too much. Right? There's not going to be a setup every day. We got Powell at 11, data at 10. So a lot of stuff coming out. Amazon looks pretty decent. You know, I like this little structure here over this resistance acting as a support. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Any questions? Well, this is called VRVP. VRVP. That's it. Tesla numbers came out, so we got to let it settle. But there's really no setup for it. Right? We're gonna have to establish a new range here. You got it. So I'm gonna go set up the Zoom call. If anyone has any questions about anything, let me know. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Drop